Jerry the King Lawler, Memphis wrestling legend, winner of countless titles, legions of fans, and member of the WWE Hall of Fame. This is Jerry Lawler's Classic Memphis Wrestling, brought to you by King Jerry Lawler's Hall of Fame Bar and Grill, 745 Cash, and King Jerry Lawler's Memphis Barbecue Company.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to the very first edition of King Jerry Lawler's Classic Memphis Wrestling. I'll tell you what, we are so excited about this show. If I had been given a penny for every time I've heard from fans, man, I missed that Saturday morning wrestling. Man, I missed Monday night wrestling at the Mid-South Coliseum. I'll tell you, it's what Memphis grew up on. Everybody in this city, it was a Memphis tradition. And what we're going to do on this show every week is we're going to go back and, well, like they used to say on the Lone Ranger show, we're going to return to those thrilling days of yesteryear and revisit all of those great matches and from the TV studios and from the Mid-South Coliseum. And we're going to have all sorts of things. We're going to have special guests. We're even going to have music. I got my longtime band member Tom Nunnery with us. Tom.
World's greatest wrestler. He's the best you've ever seen.
All right, Tom. Thank you so much. It is going to be a lot of fun, and we couldn't think of a better way to start this, this series of shows by having maybe the second most famous wrestler ever in the history of Memphis wrestling, behind the King, of course. I'm talking about Bill Superstar Dundee. Bill, welcome to the show.
Thank you. I was going to say my friend, but that would be lying to the people.
Now, wait a minute. You're not going to get us off.
We're mates.
You're not going to get us off on the wrong foot here. This is our very first show.
You know why I'm getting you off on the wrong foot? Gentleman brought me a nice cup of coffee, community coffee, and you changed it into King Jerry Lawler's barbecue cup.
What? Bill,
you put it in the cup.
This is called product placement. Come on, get with the times.
Okay, I'm with you.
They're one of our sponsors. You understand?
Yeah,
I got my picture on the cup. That's no big deal.
I got you.
And we have, of course, our championship belt, the crown.
No, not our championship belt. Your championship belt and your crown. I got a lousy cup of coffee.
Well, there's going to be more. We got all sorts of stuff for you being here today.
Thank you.
But listen, Bill, what we're going to do is we're going to go back and show some of the matches that you and I were partners in, and you and I were opponents in, and that sort of thing. But first, a lot of people hadn't seen you in a long time. What year did you first come to Memphis?
1975, January.
From?
Australia.
Australia.
That's why people think I'm Australian, but I'm actually a Scotsman who moved to Australia in 1960, lived there till 1975, came here. People said, "You're Australian." I said, "No, I'm a Scotsman." They said, "No, I saw it on TV. You're Australian." I said, "Well, okay, I'm Australian, but I'm actually a Scotsman."
Okay. Now, but where do you live? You still live in Memphis?
Yes, I do. I live on a golf course over there in Germantown.
Okay, don't give your actual address here on the show, Bill. But
oh, no.
Here's what we're going to do. You know, you and I were involved in so many different matches, not only as partners, but as wrestling against each other and everything over the years. But one of the most famous battles ever took place in Tupelo, Mississippi. And I'll tell you what, we're going to start the show with that. But first, we're going to take a break, and we're going to hear from some of our sponsors, Bill, during this break, and then we're going to come back and show everybody that Tupelo concession stand battle, okay?
Yeah, I'd like to hear from our sponsors.
Tom, play us out here, man.
Now, back to Jerry Lawler's Classic Memphis Wrestling.
Welcome back. We have my very first guest here, Bill Superstar Dundee. And Bill, as I said, we're going to go back and revisit a match that became famous. I mean, it happened in 1978 or 1979, I think 78, but it was at Tupelo, Mississippi, and the match itself took place in this old, remember that place in Tupelo, an old warehouse building, and then the match, after it was over, spilled over back into the concession stand.
Yes, it did. You tried to kill your cousin Wayne Ferris with a jar of pickles. That's how it actually all started.
A jar of pickles.
Yes, it was. Big old jar of pickles.
All right, well,
Did they charge you for them?
Yeah, of course, you know they did. Let's go back now, to a long way back, to Tupelo, Mississippi, and the famous Tupelo concession stand battle.
The fist open, not doing much good. There's a tag on Ferris. And
now the match, Bill, was for the Southern Tag Team titles, if you remember. Wayne Ferris, who, as you mentioned, is actually my first cousin, Later on, went on to become, the Honky Tonk Man. That's him in the ring with you right there. And his partner was Larry Latham at the time, called the Blonde Bombers.
From somewhere, and he knocks him flat off his feet.
Looked like they had you in a rough shape there, Bill.
Yeah, why ain't you helping me?
Where am I? Oh, there I am.
Oh, there you are.
Okay.
Lawler comes in and
With your Tennessee outfit on. Isn't that orange?
I can't tell. You know, that's one of the things we got to explain to everybody. Some of this footage is almost as old as you and I are, Bill, so it's not the greatest quality at all times, but we're doing the best we can. But I'd see the orange or red outfit that I'm wearing in that match. Oh! Now, Lance Russell was doing the commentary, and
Yes,
Lance
he
was up in the top of the warehouse there in the back of it.
Oh, Billy nailed him one. But Latham and Ferris both in, and here comes
See, you could have
Lawler.
got in quicker.
Oh, please, come on.
Jumps over Ferris to get to Latham.
Now, let's see what they're
Knocks him
doing
right off
here
the
to you.
ring apron.
Whatever
Back
it is,
at
it's
it.
dastardly.
Yes.
Dastardly deeds.
And Dundee caught in the crossfire over near Latham and Ferris's corner.
And our good buddy referee Jerry Calhoun, he did his best to try to maintain order there. And I see, oh man,
Oof.
double teaming. Why am I not helping you more?
I have
don't
no
understand this.
earthly idea where you are.
Here we
Oh,
go.
there you come.
Tag.
This can't be good. No.
Oh.
Anytime a double team is allowed, it can't be good.
There's the
One.
cover.
Oh, look, I saved you.
Thank you.
You were as good as beaten. You know you were. And I saved you.
We're running out of time on our championship wrestling. I sure hope that we're going to be able to get all of this bout in.
I do too. And Bill trying to make a comeback
Yeah,
here.
trying. Oh, there we go.
See, at this point, you're weak in condition. You should have gone ahead and tagged me. I was fresh.
Turnbuckle.
Couldn't find you.
Yeah, well,
there
here
you
it goes.
come strolling over there now.
Whoa!
Well, it wasn't too bad, I guess. You've been wrestling for 20 minutes.
Covering.
Now look, you had the guy covered in the Calhoun.
And that's your friend Calhoun.
Trying to get Lawler
Well,
to
he was
stop
actually my
beating on
brother-in-law at
Latham
the time.
outside the ring.
That's the only reason he got in the business. Now, what is going on in there?
Dundee trying to get the referee's attention.
Oh, you got hit
Ferris
with a
comes up
foreign
from behind
object.
and nails
Yes,
him
sir.
to his tights. He may have had something in his hand.
Sunset flip, I think. Here we go.
You got him pinned again. Where's the
Yes.
ref?
Referee, here comes Calhoun, being held by Latham. Latham going back in.
Oh,
Drops
Big
on
elbow
Dundee
drop.
with the elbow, and Lawler pulls the referee back.
well, this was a great match.
Well,
As I said,
what's
this
the
was
kind
for
of
the
an
tag
elbow
team
you
title.
dropped on
In
your
the center of
cousin?
the ring. Count of 1, 2.
No, you did make the save. I grant you that.
Wait a minute.
The referee's signifying, ring the bell. He
Oh
got
my
a
goodness, I
3
didn't
count,
make the save.
and
Did
he
we
is
get
gonna
beat?
Call a pin.
Did I mean
Oh,
to show
not
that?
we. Did I get beat?
I think they pinned you some way there, Bill.
Yeah, I got you.
Is awarding
Story
the
of my
belt
life.
to
But we're not
Latham
going for
and
that.
No, we're
Ferris,
sore
the
losers, I
new
think.
Yes, we are. We're
champions.
taking the belts. Whoa,
Lawler
take that.
nailed with a belt. Dundee grabs a belt.
Look out.
Slams Ferris.
Oh,
I think that hurt.
Dundee hit him right in the face.
It didn't act like it hurt too much. Turn around and hit me.
He became a moondog. He was pretty tough.
It is a
Yes, he
brawl in the
did. Wayne
center of the
Ferris,
ring. The
my cousin, went on to
referee
become a honky tonk man. The
Stole
guy,
my gimmick to
the guy,
convince.
the guy hitting me over there went on to become Spot of the Moondogs.
Yeah.
by both Latham and Lawler. Got in and gave a count on Dundee with Latham covering. Got a 3 count.
All of this
And
really,
the belts were awarded
oh,
to
this
Latham
was
all
and
of this
after
really
the
didn't matter because of the,
was over.
the match was
Dundee
basically over.
grabbing the
But
belts back.
this all took place still inside the ring. But what's
Right.
going to take place
On
in the
Latham and
concession stand in
Ferris.
a little bit is what became known around the world.
Trying to get it stopped as the referee and having no success. Lawler bleeding where he was nailed with that belt.
We had a lot of
Ferris,
stamina back in the day, didn't
Yes,
we,
we
Bill?
did.
Latham, the referee is down again.
Do you think this
A
brawl
wild
was
melee
more
going on
famous than Elvis
in
for
the
being
middle
from
of that
Tupelo?
ring
Well, no,
as
no,
Lawler
I
No,
don't.
you don't think?
Dundee with those belts.
Well, it was.
It was up there.
Maybe
now,
on
see,
a par.
all right, at this
Away
point,
from Latham and Ferris.
This was all being taped to be brought back to Memphis and shown on the Saturday morning show.
Right now.
And you hear Lance.
Right.
We're going to have to call it quits as our time is up on championship wrestling. It looks like that they are outside the ring. This is Lance Russell from the Tupelo Sports Arena.
Now, what took place at this point in time was they shut off the camera, and Lance is, they're about to.
The camera. They got a hell of a fight going on down there.
You hear Lance?
Yeah, hell of a fight going on.
He tells the cameraman to bring the camera over.
Mike Shields.
Mike Shields, the cameraman. You're right. And then down in the concession stand, which was right through the hallway in the back of the building there.
Caught on the damn door. I know it. We'll edit it back in.
Lance talking about editing this thing back in. And here we go.
Light.
If you watch, look, Lance is going to hold the light himself.
Where's the pickles? There we go. I think you just flung it, did you?
And Dundee and Lawler in the concession stand, all four of them bleeding, pounded each other. Lawler.
There, whoa! If that had hit him, it would have killed him.
Well, at that point, I don't think we cared, did we? Yeah, we were breaking everything in sight, but if you remember, there was, I think you'll see him somewhere here in the, right on the other side of the counter. He's wearing a white shirt. There you can see him right there. That's promoter Herman Sheffield.
Trying to save the candy.
Yeah, oh, well, what he was really worried about was his popcorn machine. If you remember, he said, please don't break my popcorn machine.
Into it.
No, he guarded that with his life. Yeah, no, he's standing right by the popcorn machine and making sure we don't. And Eddie Marlin, our promoter, was just to Herman's right there.
Wait till you see what happens to poor Jerry Jarrett.
Oh, don't tell him about that.
Okay then. Stay tuned because it's nice. No, it ain't. It's just different.
I mean, these guys. This was crazy. Oh, you're getting too close to the popcorn machine, Bill.
Lawler and Dundee in the concession stand at the Tupelo Sports Arena, brawling all over the concession stand.
Yeah, and after this, the video of this went around the country. A lot of different promoters tried to copy it, tried to emulate it, and it didn't.
Slams Ferris.
No, because this just happened.
Right.
The stool, and again.
And besides, we didn't particularly care for our opponent, so it didn't matter, did it?
No, it didn't. Yeah, there was always a bit of a family feud between my cousin's family.
Yeah, you said the Ferris has never fed you.
Oh, look at that.
When you went over there.
Did that hurt? He just hit you with a cardboard box full of paper cups.
In 27 years of it, I've never seen a battle like this.
Ow. Oh, you burned him out with a broom or a mop.
Yeah, or a mop or something. I think Jerry Jarrett starts coming around now, don't he?
Dundee with a mop.
I see him yet. You still see Herman saying, "My popcorn machine, popcorn machine."
Promoter Jerry Jarrett.
Oh, that was a real tape.
A real tape.
Trying to get him to stop.
Mine was just a cardboard box. That was all right.
There's Jerry Jarrett.
Jarrett.
That's the ugliest blue shirt I've ever seen.
He may be glad to what happened to it in the end when he sees it.
Yeah, I think Jerry Jarrett was saying, "All right, guys, that's enough, please."
Yeah.
And then he'd also say, "And just don't break the popcorn machine." So he's trying to be the voice of reason, trying to get everything straight. And if you remember, Bill, the floor was covered by mustard,
wet,
ketchup,
slick.
Yeah. Oh, look out! Not the table again.
Oh, he saved the man.
Everything broken up. They're falling all over. Mustard everywhere. Ferris laying in the middle of the floor. Dundee rushed out of there. Lawler trying to grab the belt.
Oh, we're stealing
We're stealing the belt. There's Eddie Marlin. He's mad at you. Look, he's grabbed you.
Herman Sheffield, the promoter, and Jerry Jarrett got them separated.
Yeah. Now, as you see, there might be a few glitches in the old tape here and there, but Jerry was about to wish that he had gone over the counter and left with us, right?
Or changed his shirt.
Yeah. Well, they're about to change his shirt for him.
They think they were mad at the shirt.
It was an ugly shirt, anyway.
Yes, it was. Pure silk, but ugly.
Just let it roll.
Just let it roll.
Let it roll. Let's be sure to capture all of this action.
Jerry Jarrett.
Yeah, in case one of them gets killed. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, watch out with the table on Jerry Jarrett.
Latham drops a table on him.
In case anybody doesn't know, Jerry Jarrett was the guy who, not only was he a wrestler at the time, but he was the guy who put together the matches. He was the guy who decided who wrestled who, and so he booked this thing, and then this wound up happening to him.
So his clothes on.
He doesn't have whitey. He doesn't have tidy whitey.
No, he's got blues on.
What in the world? I'm sure he was embarrassed having this show. Oh, not another table.
I don't believe he's ever been in the sun.
And if you remember, I think somebody had told us in the back, they're beating up Jerry Jarrett now. And we said, okay. And then Eddie Martin said, no, you guys got to go help him. So I think the cavalry will come here in a minute.
The cavalry comes back? All right.
Hopefully. If not, Jerry Jarrett's going to be in the buff. I didn't remember that they beat on poor Jerry Jarrett this long. Here we go.
Oh, here we go. The Lone Ranger and his faithful friend Tonto. I'm Tonto, by the way.
I see. And I think you said at the time, let's go ahead and break the popcorn machine.
Yeah, thanks.
Oh my gosh. Well, Bill, that was certainly a memorable match, and it was great bringing it back to the people here once again. And that's when you and I were on the same page and worked as partners. And we had I don't know how many matches as partners. We even won the AWA World Tag Team titles together.
Yes, we did. Did I win him or did you win?
I don't remember that.
I know. But
I just remember that you lost that match for us.
See, folks, just take a look at this. He says, we're partners. Look, nice crown, nice belt, a big cup of coffee and his picture on it, and he brings me a little community coffee cup.
Hey, you didn't mention the statue back.
Oh, and a statue of himself.
Don't you have one of those in your house?
No, sir.
And what about my music man over here?
Oh, Dwayne Eddy? Oh, my God.
He's the world's greatest wrestler.
Okay.
He's
All right.
the best you've ever seen.
All right, thank you, Tom. Okay, listen, we're going to take a break, and we're going to be back with another match when we weren't on the same page. We'll be right back.
Right.
Now, back to Jerry Lawler's classic Memphis Wrestling.
Well, I want to tell you, so far this has been a lot of fun. We welcome you all back to the show. We have as a special guest, Bill Superstar Dundee. I'm going to put you right up there with me, Bill. We're the two most famous wrestlers ever in the history of Memphis, right?
Yes, we are. Can I not just be your co-host or something? That special guest.
Well, let's don't get too far ahead of ourselves yet. Maybe down the road, who knows? But listen,
Letterman had a co-host. He had that little guy.
No,
that
he
sang.
was the man. That's my man, Tom Nunnery over there.
sure.
World's greatest wrestler.
Okay, Tom. But anyway, we're going to go back now and take a look at a match where, when, like I said, we weren't on the same page. Matter of fact, we were at each other's throats all the time at this point in time, and it was 1983, June the 6th, as a matter of fact. And I guess it was like the city had become not big enough for the both of us, right?
It never was.
Never was?
Oh, when I got here, you should have left, but you would never leave. And I tried to run you off. It just never, ever worked.
Well, we're going to go back and visit a match now that where it was a loser leave town. I mean, that was the biggest thing that could happen then. When two guys got into these battles, that was the blow-off. Loser leave town. Somebody had to go and somebody had to stay. So we're not going to say who stayed and who went.
If I had to guess, I could take a bet at it.
We'll see.
We'll
Let's go back.
see, yeah.
This is June the 6th, 1983.
Will be to the finish. There will be a winner and loser, and one man will be through in Memphis, Tennessee.
Well, you heard what Lance said. There will be a finish, and one man will be through in Memphis, Tennessee. Now, Bill, I mean, this was, as I said, these were as high as stakes as they would get at the time because you had moved to Memphis, right? You were living here, and nobody wanted to call in the U-Haul trailer and come in and pack up their stuff and move out of town. And this Memphis was my hometown. I certainly didn't plan on going anywhere.
And I'd moved halfway around the world from Australia.
Yeah, but you could have just gone back to Australia. It wouldn't have been that big a deal, would it?
Oh, my wife and two kids say, look here, we all go back up and go back to Australia because Jerry Lawler beat me.
In which both of them are not pouring it out with everything in the world they had in them. And Lawler
unusual there because I'm usually a slow starter in those matches, as Lance would always refer to me as. And I was trying to get the upper hand early in this match.
Speed it up a little bit. Get me out of there fast. Right? That's what it was. Get him on a plane somewhere.
Australia. Oh, but you would have
Australia,
actually, would you have actually gone back to Scotland or what?
Fast finisher.
No, I don't know. Would have probably got a job at McDonald's and just hung around for a while.
Well, McDonald's, that's an Irish
No,
restaurant.
Community Coffee, I'll plug them.
Where Lawler blasted him on the rope.
Here we go.
Little
What?
Aussie
Oh,
goes under.
whoa.
Elbow.
Nice big elbow. That was your first big
loose.
offensive match.
Oh,
Did you?
missed.
And Lawler's
One too many there.
Now, boy, that is just indicative of the kind of struggle
Indicative.
you will
Lance
see
uses big
tonight.
words sometimes.
Oh,
didn't he?
yes, he did.
Indicative.
He was the best.
Yes, he was.
Miss Lance so much, and you know, here on these shows we're going to have a special tribute to Lance Russell coming up pretty soon. We'll try to have Dave Brown on to talk about Lance, but he was the best. There's a move called a bulldog right
That's
there,
a
right?
bulldog. Yes, it was. I'm ahead on points here, right?
Oh, you are. I'm certain you are. And speaking of being ahead on points, if you'll notice, sitting around ringside, this match was so big and so important. I mean, the rest of the talent, all the rest of the wrestlers were sitting at ringside for this big match to see who was going to come out victorious.
Right, because
You're gonna try the
somebody
bulldog
else was
again?
going to have to be number 1 or 2 after this. If you left, I guess I'd be number 1 and somebody be number 2.
Exactly.
He said in the dressing room he might have a few new
Referee Paul Morton, there's
things,
Terry
and he
Taylor
prevented
sitting in the
count
back
broken
there.
Yeah.
I
at
think
2.
the Rock and Roll Express were there. The
There's one of
Fabulous Ones are sitting back there.
2 men with tremendous durability.
Bill, they say the third time's the charm on the bulldog, but not in your case. Watch this.
Oh, woo, mercy.
On the top turnbuckle.
How'd that feel?
Not too good.
Back down.
It turned into a soprano. Is that what you say when you talk high?
I think so.
Baritones are third. They're talking deep, right?
Yes, you were a little high-voiced at that point.
And Dundee banged into
I
that
really thought
canvas
I
hard.
really thought I
Dundee
guess you
right
got
out
under
of
the ropes. I
ring
thought I could have
over
pinned you
that
right there.
bottom rope.
You had me in a pretty bad way as well. I thought the tide was about to turn, but maybe not.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to get you here.
Falls over.
2, 3. Calhoun, see how slow he
You
was?
think that was a slow count by Calhoun?
Yeah.
No. Calhoun was right
The
down
next time I see him at a local show, I'm punching him in the nose just for that.
Calhoun was always unbiased. Never did me any favors. Watch the slow count here. Look. 1, 2, 3.
And Dundee
You kicked
breaks the
out.
count at 2. I was sure he was
Not sure if
through.
that. I don't
He
know who
tried
that
to
is over
grab
here
the
on this
top
side.
rope,
That's just going to
fell
play. That may be
straight
Jimmy
over
Hart.
backward, hit his head. They're both back on their feet, and look at them going
This
at
was
it.
quite a battle, the old Mid-South Coliseum. You know, it's funny, Bill, just the other day, Dave Brown and I got to go back. They opened the doors to the Mid-South Coliseum. Dave Brown and I walked through and looked at the Mid-South Coliseum and just to stand in the same spot where this match took place. And it's a shame that building's closed up now. I'm really hoping that we'll be able to raise the public awareness and get that Coliseum back open.
Yeah,
I'm telling you,
a lot of history.
it's a lot of history. This match itself right here is so historic. Whoa! Almost had me again.
Made it.
Never mind the Beatles and Elvis Presley. Lawler and Dundee made it famous.
Whip. Here comes Billy.
Uh-oh.
Right over the top
That would have
rope.
killed the normal man.
And he hits that concrete floor hard.
See some call letters showing up. This, I guess, this piece of tape originally aired on another TV station. You know, that's what happened. That's how these different tapes were preserved over the years. People saved them from, I guess, taping the shows at home when they were watching them at home in the different cities. Oh, look at that! Timber! Down goes Bill.
Jerry and Dundee both noticeably
You hated body slam.
fatigued.
You hated to be slammed. I remember. You hated to go off your feet. If I can
Yeah.
remember.
Well, hell, most guys are 6 foot tall, and I have to way up there, little old me. Oh, yes, I outfoxed you.
Yeah, that was not fun at all.
It could be an advantage for Billy.
I remember
Billy trying
having to
to
sit
get a
on one of those
cover.
round rubber cushions for a while after that.
Count of 1.
Wait, got you some preparation H.
No, it wasn't that bad.
The referee
Oh, I got you.
by Dundee.
Yes, sir, Paul Driver coming up here. I can
You
see.
don't know how to do a pile driver.
Well,
What?
not too good,
No,
obviously.
that was the worst
Oh.
pile driver ever.
Obviously not
Billy
too
lost his balance.
That pile driver, that's my move.
That's it.
Yes,
I
it
know.
is.
Every time you did it, you should have been disqualified because it was illegal in Tennessee.
Well, I think though that this particular match,
It wasn't, everything
everything
goes.
goes. Yeah, it was a no disqualification.
If I'd
no
known
time
that,
limit.
I'd have brought a stick.
A shillelagh, maybe.
Yeah, shillelagh, mate.
Well, I mean, what do you remember? What was going through your mind at this point in a match like this that was so important?
Yeah, I said, I got to beat this sucker or I got to leave.
That's all we were thinking about.
And
right?
it doesn't look like I'm winning so far.
No, it's pretty even. So
Yeah,
far.
it's pretty even.
Got a big right hand going though.
Dundee.
Backdrop,
whoa.
go over the top. Oh, yes.
No disqualification.
No disqualification. Good, Lancer.
There you go.
He picked up on that.
Oh, look. I
Oh,
think
this can't be good.
Well, no, this was.
Oh, am I jumping on you?
You
This
were going to
could be
jump on
great.
me. You were going to jump all the way from the top rope onto me out on the floor.
Billy almost fell flat in his
Thank
face.
goodness. I think you decided once I got back in the ring, you said, "Well, I'll jump on him here."
Had he held off. Count of one. Lawler.
Yeah, Mr. No, that's the limo driver, Bobby Monroe. Ain't that him sitting there at the corner?
The limo driver, Bobby Monroe. I don't know.
Didn't he drive that for Jarrett when he'd come up and down?
Man, you got a better memory than me. If you notice, I got hit on the head a lot during this match, so I don't remember too many things.
Yeah.
You're trying to do a strut in the middle of this big match? Oh, that was not good.
Dundee right into the ring post.
But anything win in this match. We fought out on
Yes,
the
it
floor.
did.
Neither one of them will move for a week.
Trying to show off in front of guys, all the wrestlers right there.
Yeah.
I was just hoping one of them would help me. They never did, though.
No, they like me better.
Yeah.
The referee trying to break him up.
Yeah, speaking of that, that was one of the things, the popularity level at that time. I don't know, I think I had a little more of the backing of the crowd because, I was like the hometown boy that made good. Oh, look at this.
Slapping and slugging him silly. He is just
Muhammad Ali there.
all over the floor.
Remember him?
Yes, sir. Cassius Clay. I met him a couple of times.
It's sad to think that a lot of young people that are watching this show right now don't even know who that was.
They don't know who we are. We beat to them local indie shows, and Dad comes up and says, "How y'all doing?" The kid says, "Who's that?" Oh, I've about got you. You're on the run here,
Yeah,
brother.
I'm in bad shape.
You're
right
in
here.
bad shape. I think it's about ready to go here. I got you.
Oh, man. You used those ring posts to your advantage a lot
Yes,
during this
sir.
match, didn't you?
Look at Dundee trying to finish. Again, a kick in the head. Lawler stumbles.
And Ricky Morton's dad, referee Paul Morton.
Yeah,
was
Paul
back there.
Morton.
And Jerry Lawler.
I think I know where I'm at right now.
As close as he'll ever be to being run out of town.
Probably should have stayed out on the floor. So I think you were beating me worse on the floor than you were in the ring. So I said, I guess I'll get back in the ring. Try that a while.
Open right eye. That cut looks
And poor
very
Calhoun,
bad.
it was like you said, with the rule book thrown out the window. I don't even know why he was trying to enforce anything. If I'd have been Calhoun, I'd just gone over and stood in the corner.
Yeah, stood in the corner. Right? He was trying to save his friend. He knew what would happen. And you was family at one time, right?
Well, sort of.
Sort of.
He was married to a girl, and I was married to that girl's sister. So we were brother-in-laws
Was
by
that the
marriage or
K-era?
something. Yes, that was.
Okay.
Whoa!
Oh,
That was a double whammy.
Down onto the timer's desk. Blood splatters everywhere as Lawler bounces back and hits the concrete.
If I had been inside the ring at that point right there, it'd have been an easy pin. All you had to do was just lay across me, and the match would have been over, and I'd have been packing my bags.
I have heard people talk about Ric Flair and Ricky Steamboat. They were not half as good as them two guys right there, and I don't care what anybody says.
Well, thank you.
True. I carried you good, brother. I made you look like $1 million.
We can blow our own horn out
Yes,
a little
we
bit.
can. Toot toot.
How many times do you think we wrestled each other over the years?
A lot. I'm knocking you silly. Oh no, this is the
There we
mistake.
go.
Oh, the strap's down.
The strap has come down.
Never for the King.
I can't even remember how that got started. I know that, you know, I would just take so much and then the strap would come down and somehow I would get the upper hand. I used to have people tell me, why don't you just pull the strap down at the beginning of the match?
That don't make it go an hour. Yeah, I hear you.
Goes after it.
Let's see what's going on. Oh, man. I got to hand it to you. You were not hard to knock off your feet as well.
Dundee fighting to maintain his balance.
Right there, I'm thinking, what's it going to take? There
There
we
you go. He fell down. You could have just blown me over.
Oh,
Whew.
nailed him with right after right.
Man,
And the crowd.
little piston punches there.
That's right. Now, they think you're going to do it here, but you're not.
I'm not?
No, not.
I think this is the beginning of the end for you,
It
Bill.
may be the beginning of the end, but there's a couple more things happens.
Shakes his head, trying to gain some clear thoughts.
Big fist
Got
drop.
hard of it.
Oh,
telling him
you're
to
done.
get up.
Oh, I'm done.
That's gotta be it.
I'm toast.
Now,
No, this is why it was
this
right
was a
on.
mistake.
No,
I tried to show
got
off.
you. I got you. Way! Yes.
1,
2. Oh, Calhoun slow counted me.
No, I was able to kick out, and I'm thinking to myself, why did I showboat? Why did I try to show off and get the pin that way? I should have just covered
For
you.
the Hart will take of this one. Loser leaves town with the two biggest names.
Excited about it. I don't know what's going to happen next myself here. I don't remember at this point. Uh-oh. That was not good.
Lawler slams into the ring post. Dundee staggers
Down. What
back
are you?
on top
I
of
think
it.
you were in such bad shape there. You didn't have much. Fight left in you, Bill.
Oh, I'm head on points though.
Oh,
I'm just coasting.
20 minutes has passed.
Ooh.
40.
How did you have the energy and the strength to body slam me at that point?
Thinking 60.
Oh,
20 minutes
I'm David.
I can't believe
Oh, and I'm Goliath.
And you're Goliath. Like, watch this. Oh, this
Oh.
is the mistake. I
Yes.
remember now. Went to the well way too often. This is the mistake I make.
from under him.
I remember
I
Lance.
gotta
What were
give
they-
you this because you figured it out.
Lance was so great on the call. He said,
Yes,
look
he
at
was.
Dundee splitting the legs of the king out from
Yeah,
under.
here we go.
Like, oh.
Wow, woo.
Dundee
Oh,
again nails
Bill,
it.
stay down because this is a mistake.
Hart, Cornette, everybody hollering. Lawler just beat it.
You shouldn't try it that third time.
That's what they say. You can go to the well way too many times.
Here you come.
Wow! Whoa!
Caught you with the uppercut.
Now they should have disqualified you here, Paul Driver.
He's scored.
No, there was no
No, of
disqualification.
course, you're right. Calhoun, I
Now,
hate
this
you.
is, ooh,
Woo.
that's how you do a
Now
power
that's
driver.
how you do it, Paul Driver. I got you.
Oh, he got him.
There it is. How
And
long-
10,000 people turned on me like a snake. They got beat. They were cheering for me all the match. Then I got beaten. They turned on me like a snake.
Well, all the
There's
guys
the
came in
fans,
and
yeah.
congratulate me and
Well,
everything.
of course the king's going to be here. They got to kiss your backside for next week.
Well, I mean, you know, we'll,
Yeah, I got you.
I don't want you to think that I just picked out that particular match to like embarrass you or anything here on the show here today.
Could you play a tune there, Dwayne Eddy? Anything?
play something about Bill?
Joe LeDuc in Harley Race and Carl Croup. He beat Jack Briscoe and Bill Dundee.
Oh, okay.
He beat everyone, and now you blame the scene.
That's all right, Bill. Listen, I'll tell you what, we're going to take another break, and we'll come back with another match, a real important match between you and I that I think you might like the outcome a little better on, okay?
Did you not learn about singers with Jimmy Hart bringing him into the wrestling business?
he'll be
How
all
they
right.
are? You think he'll be all right?
Yeah, he'll be all right. We're going to take a break. We'll come back with more action right after this.
Now, back to Jerry Lawler's classic Memphis Wrestling.
Well, here we are back again, and Bill, I really appreciate you being here and especially sitting through without getting too upset that first match that we saw. where you didn't come out victorious, but hopefully you'll like the outcome of this one a little bit better. But before we get into that action, I want to take an opportunity to thank the people that have made this show possible so far. I mean, this is our very first episode of the Classic Memphis Wrestling, and it's being brought to you by our friends at 745 Cash. Take a look at this, Bill. 745 Cash, Title Loans Company. These people have been sponsoring me and having me do commercial for them for 20 years. That's 20 years ago at their very first store over on Get Well, and they're back here now again with us 20 years later. When they started out, listen, our association has been so good. When they started out with the King, they had one location, one store, that one right there, and now they have 13 locations around Memphis and the Mid-South. Well, so we want to thank them for being there. Also, Jerry the King Lawler's Hall of Fame Bar and Grill down on Beale Street, where Tom is a regular musician down there. And
That's wrestling.
okay, Tom.
He's the best you've ever seen.
All right, Tom, thank you. And of course, King Jerry Lawler's barbecue company out on Germantown Parkway. Thank you all for being sponsors here on the show. And now, Bill, we're going to go back to, I think this was, let me see, I've got the date written down. This was December the 30th of 1985, 2 years past the other Loser League town. Somehow you had weaseled your way back into town.
Oh, I had weaseled my way back into town.
Yeah,
Okay.
Let's take a look at this match now. This is me leaving town is the stipulation if I lost. But if you lost, you and your lovely wife, Beverly, were going to both get your head shaved. You remember that, Bill?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Now, if you notice, I have a patch over one of my eyes because somehow I had come out to help somebody earlier in the evening, and your buddy, Tony Falk, came up and threw some ink or something into one of my eyes. I couldn't even see out
It's
of it.
like green dye.
Yeah.
But again, like you being the kingly chap that you are, you stuck your nose in where nobody wanted, and he just threw the stuff at you.
Oh, I see.
Nobody asked you to come down there. There's the lovely Beverly.
There's your wife, Beverly. There,
Bless her
sitting
heart,
at
she's
ringside.
done gone off to heaven. She couldn't take no more of me.
Oh, no.
Oh, that's terrible.
That
I
is
take that back, Lord.
Yes, you should take that back. But look, I'm at a distinct
I
disadvantage.
hate to be biased, but it's absolutely
Yeah,
true what happened to
they-
Lawler.
Now listen.
Yeah, and it's such an important situation, and of course you got to believe that Dundee had something to do with it. He gets a 2 count, but he can't hold him for 3. Lawler having a hard time getting an eye on
See,
him.
that had to be terrible because you never saw where they were coming from.
No,
did
you're
you?
right. It was terrible. And at ringside with Lance doing the commentary was Randy Hales, who is our now he's the manager down at our Hall of Fame Bar and Grill on Beale Street. But he's doing the commentary there with Lance on this match, and they both knew that you were behind this the earlier sneak attack in the evening.
Dundee not making it any easier.
Sneak attack.
Yes, like Tony
I
Falk.
didn't even know Tony Falk had anything in his hand.
Okay.
Winner. We have
I couldn't even see.
Clippers down at ringside, one for Beverly and one for Bill. In the event Dundee loses it.
And once again, this is one of the most important matches that have taken place in years there. And so the other wrestling stars were sitting around the ring, and you had enlisted a couple of guys, these big muscular guys called the Blade Runners, to sit next to your wife Beverly and kind of be her bodyguard. And who did those two guys go on to become?
The Ultimate Warrior and Sting.
Yep, you're going to see them. And if you keep an eye out on sitting next to Beverly there at ringside. The Ultimate Warrior and Sting were wrestling in Memphis at the time as the Blade Runners. Did you not feel bad at all? And feel
No,
a
not
little
one bit about it. If it had a stick, I would have hit you with that, but I couldn't find one. So
Look at
there
there's
they are sitting together, Beverly chewing gum. She's all nervous, thinking we're going to have to leave again, or her hair getting cut or something.
And much too much at stake.
And I think the reason people realized that could happen because another mistake you had made back in 1977, you had put your wife's hair at stake in a match against me back in 1977, and you lost, and she got her head shaved. How did you stay? How did you two stay married after that?
We're going to bring this up now.
No, okay, let's go back to
Let's go back to this match here where I'm whooping the tar out of you. And how we stayed together, she loved me.
Well, she must have, because after you lost the match and let her get her head shaved in '77, here 6 years later she came back, or maybe 8 years later she came back and put her hair at stake again.
Steve Borden, Jim Hellwig, the Blade Runners.
Here Lance talking about the Ultimate Warrior Sting there.
Really working
Yeah, all I was doing, I knew I was in big trouble. All I was trying to do was just survive.
Go get him, she says.
I think it got to a point where I wasn't even thinking about winning. I was just trying to think about somehow not losing. Well, hey, I didn't want to leave town either.
I get you, and I've always given you credit, Lawler. You're as tough as a dude there is, and you're smart, and you're sneaky, and you're underhanded, and you're dastardly, and all them things go good for winning wrestling matches.
Yeah, those are my good qualities,
Yeah,
right?
they're good qualities, right.
Slams his head into the top turnbuckle.
I need to kick you here or something.
No, don't do that.
Oh, watch that. Woo!
Hiding down beside him on his bad eyesight.
How does it feel coming from the dark when you don't really know it's coming? At least the other way, when you see it, you know. See that?
No, this was one of my worst. This was one of the worst matches that I can ever remember being involved
Tell you
in.
what, he'll think a long time before he even thinks about not the foot on the rope.
Foot on the ropes.
Before he ever
The
thinks
old
about
foot on the
stopping this
rope
one.
trick. And you knew you had your friend Jerry Calhoun to save you.
Why is it? You think that every match that I won was because of Jerry Calhoun? That's not true. Look at this now. You're taking, they're using my moves.
Yeah, making your deal.
The fist drop off the second rope.
Dundee off the rope, slams down on Lawler.
I'm thinking, Lily, I guess you're feeling pretty confident right now because you're showboating.
Yeah. And I got a one-hand man standing in front of me, so you wouldn't feel too bad, right?
It has been
He's hitting Jesus right there.
2.5 minutes has been all Bill Dundee.
Oh, Bill Dundee.
Tell him, Lancer.
Do I ever have the upper hand at all in this match?
Dundee biting him.
Tom, who picked this match out to show? This may be a mistake. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks, Tom. Dwayne Eddy, you were doing a great job over there.
Bill, you're going back to those 1950 references. Nobody knows who Dwayne Eddy was.
Yes, he was.
Okay.
And I've probably got one of them big old LPs of him somewhere.
Dundee picks Lawler up by the hair and tags him again.
I believe that you just didn't mind being this ruthless to a poor guy in the condition
I was
that I
taking
was in.
20 years of frustration out on you.
Billy just ripping him with lefts and rights.
What, 20 years? You'd only been in Memphis for 10 years at this time.
Well, it was
Oh, look, I got a shot in.
Yeah.
With his first big one.
Oh,
Headbutt.
that didn't last long.
Lawler backwards slams him to the floor.
One of the things that I noticed I could see out of my good eye every now and then was you still had a lot of your buddies out at ringside cheering for you.
There's Beverly and Sting. Here we go, off the top, I hope.
From the top rope. Coming down, nails Lawler with both hands.
I don't know how far we were into the match at this point, but I know I wasn't going to last much longer.
Count of two, and that's the best that Lawler can, or rather that Dundee can get on Lawler.
I do remember after this match having to go out to, I don't know if it was, I think Methodist.
The hospital?
Yeah, man.
Fake
And
shot?
they flushed my eye out for what seemed like 30 minutes. They just put this strong stream of, I guess, water or saline solution or something in my eye.
And Jerry in trouble. Boy, that's putting it mildly, and what an important match. But don't
I
count
really
him out
think it
yet.
was green food dye that he threw at you.
Man.
Fall down, Lawler, before I kill you.
Yeah, I should have.
Oh no, you're gonna jerk that
What?
strap.
Oh.
All right.
Dundee with a big right hand
Listen to that
off the
crowd.
rope.
Listen,
Yeah.
that was what was so great about our fans here in Memphis. Man, when you filled up that Mid-South Coliseum, you had 11,000
Coming up in just a moment.
11,000 fans back there cheering. I mean, they were into every punch, every kick.
Slid right down.
Now I've got the upper hand. Somehow we fight out on the floor here and bring you into that table. That's that same table that Joe LeDuc threw me onto that time. I'll never forget
Cut
that
your
table.
leg or broke your muscle in your leg.
Yeah.
What was?
Staggering.
See, slow candy.
Count by getting
Oh, that's me. That's all right.
Yeah, right. You should have been counted out. I
Yeah,
should have won. You
counted
should have been
out,
sitting in
yeah.
the chair getting your head shaved right now.
right. Come on, let's go.
We're
Oh, wait.
leaving. Me and
Wait a
Beverly's
minute.
leaving. Whoa.
Lawler going after him, grabs him.
So what? You thought you were just going to grab your wife and take a walk and not had to get your
I
head
guess. This is where you take the bee jump over the thing.
shaved? Yeah, this is not good.
No, it's not. That turns out to be not too good for you.
Yeah, we're in the back of the Mid-South
Coliseum,
Coliseum.
yeah.
We're going to go up the risers here. Now watch how far we're going up there, and over the railing is just nothing but the concrete floor.
I was trying to get you on your head, but it never quite worked that way. Here we go.
We're way up there.
Dundee after
Oh!
over that side rail,
Yeah.
down onto the concrete. Incredible.
Now watch you. Now you're all happy. Now you know
Yeah,
that I
try
can
to
be
get-
counted out. So you
yeah.
can count.
Oh, we'll count you out.
Referee bringing him back. Boy, well, they can't stop it, Coco. Dundee is bringing the referee back. He's going to make the referee count.
I don't know how I got up after that, but look there. Here I come with Eddie Marlin in tow.
Yeah.
And the referee starts the 10 count.
That reminds me of talking about that chair earlier. Talking about that table. The night that Joe LeDuc threw me out onto that table and split my leg wide open. I'm laying there on the floor. Eddie Marlin, the promoter, came up to me just like that and says, "Don't get up. Don't go back in the ring. That looked too good." I said, "Don't worry, Eddie. I can't get up. I'm stuck here." And I think that's what he was telling me there. He said, "Don't try to go back in the ring after being thrown over onto the concrete floor."
He's about run out of it. Slams Jerry's head down on the table. Unbelievable there. Either one of them still moving, particularly Lawler. Having gone over that rail, he was 8-9 feet in the air.
You said earlier you made a mistake. I think my mistake in this match was
Lawler staggering.
staying out there on the floor close to your buddies.
And Dundee.
Oh, my buddies, I didn't need it them, huh? And you was doing it all by your little old
I
lonesome.
really can't remember.
You had
We'll
buddies out there
we'll
too. I
see.
think you had two, Calhoun and Mr. Coffee.
I don't see anybody helping me yet.
Hops back in the ring. Lawler trying to pull himself up into the ring. He makes
What?
it
See
back
Tony
before the
Falk?
count.
He's sitting right in the middle with the blonde hair there on the front row. Keep
Yeah.
your eyes on Tony Falk. You said you didn't have anything to do with him. Well, we'll see.
He, as I said, was about to go into hysterics.
Oh, look at this.
Boy,
now.
you're fixing to jerk this strap and
Well, look,
10,000
come on,
people
I'm
are
saying
going to
it.
go crazy.
Is that the best you got? Come on.
Being off on him.
Oh, here we go. What they paid the money to see, they just saw it.
I looked down right then before I hit you. I looked down at Beverly and she was about to faint.
Think, oh, we're leaving.
No, she's thinking my hair is leaving.
Yeah.
On the deck goes Dundee, and Lawler falls down at the exertion of that tremendous right hand.
There's Beverly. He's scared to death.
Yeah.
Incredible scrap.
Don't you come home tonight if you lose this.
Worse. These guys are absolutely attempting to annihilate each other. 21 minutes, almost 22 minutes gone.
Somehow at this point, I'm thinking, I can win this.
Lawler pounding
Even with my bad eye and everything,
Yeah.
only being able to see out of one eye, I'm thinking right now, I can actually win this thing and shave Dundee's head. I wasn't even thinking now about having to leave town. I was just thinking about what it's going to look like to see you and Beverly sit in the middle of the ring and get your head shaved.
Waking up in the morning look like Dolly Parton living, but
Right now, look, watch Tony Falk.
oh,
He's giving you
good
something
Tony,
right
yes
there.
he is.
Come on, Billy, come on.
Yeah, you can't deny it. Watch this now.
Was up there by
It's
him.
the same formula.
Oh,
Dundee threw something at him. 1, 2, 3, and Lawler.
So there you go.
has lost it.
There you go.
how can you sit here and be proud of that victory? Only just because you saved your hair?
Well, there's kind of more than that. Miss Dundee's hair was there too. She would have probably left if I had made her go bald-headed again. Well, I'd already done it one time to her.
Now I'm a little bit upset. I'm thinking about leaving here. I don't know. Once again, Tom, did you pick out that match?
Yes, I did. He's a world famous.
All right.
He just does that so he can sing that silly song.
Exactly. He loves that song. Well, listen, Bill, I hope you enjoyed being here. We tried to keep it, on an even keel here. You won one match, I won one match. So what we're going to have to do now, you're going to have to come back again, and we'll show some more matches and see how it goes. Okay, will you do that?
I would like to do it, and I think it is very even. Crown, belt, coffee cup with his picture on it, and me, I got a community coffee.
Well, we want to thank our friends at 745 Cash and for sponsoring the show, and everybody down at King Jerry Lawler's Hall of Fame Bar and Grill down on Beale Street, and the barbecue restaurant out on Germantown Parkway. So on behalf of all of those great sponsors, thank you, Bill, and thank you, Tom Nunnery. Let's hear it. Play us out, Tom.
He beat the Idol and Joe Dundee and Harley Race.
Thanks for watching Jerry Lawler's Classic Memphis Wrestling. Brought to you by King Jerry Lawler's Hall of Fame Bar and Grill, 745 Cash, and King Jerry Lawler's Memphis Barbecue Company.